Welcome back to the Dragon's Lair, everybody. My name is Wade. This is my show playtest, and we are once again watching dubbed versions of They Are Billions videos because my audio went all junky on me, and yeah. So, what are we doing here? Looks like we got 10 days till a zombie attack. Once again, we're in the narrow pass. If you hear any background humming, it's because my neighbor's having a new roof put on and the workers are running a generator and so on and so forth. Looks like I'm putting soldiers into towers, which is important. Because you gotta have dudes in towers with guns. It's just the way that is. Do I have a wood workshop? I don't have a wood workshop, which is why you see all those tents. And I should have at least one more sawmill right now that I don't have. It's wasteful. I could have a whole other sawmill. That I just don't have. I gotta start clearing out those other uh, pathways. Checking my wind condition. Oh, these jerks are building up down here. There's a pretty steady stream of jerks down here. From the southeast. Oh, they turned their generator off. How kind of them. Yep, looks like I'm chopping a hole through the wall there to let my dudes through. Let my dudes out. Who let the dudes out? I just totally aged myself there. So it looks like I am. Dude, build a wood workshop. What's wrong with you, bro? I know I have access to a wood workshop. At least I think I do. I thought I built it on the last mission. This is the narrow pass. Pouty, 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 pow. Soldiers doing their soldier work. Clearing out the zombies. A lot of times it's actually smarter just to like send a group of soldiers um, into an area and just let the gunfire sound draw the zombies to them and while they're working, just go do something else. Like just go build walls, go upgrade your houses, go argue about the finer points of Fentonware. I don't know, just go do something else. Because watching your soldiers shoot zombies, although is therapeutic, which is why I do it sometimes, because there's flashing lights and loud noises and it's kind of pretty. It's kind of a waste of time, like functionally. So these maps have oil on them because, the game designers anticipated you to come back and play the maps at least a second time. Because when you finish the game, you can basically new game plus it. So the last mission is worth 1,000 research points. When you new game plus it, I don't I don't know. Well, I don't know if you're meant to new game plus it or if you're just meant to go back and replay them to try to get higher scores because all of the achievements are killed more zombies on a single map, killed this amount of zombies on a single map, had X amount of population, scored this much on the campaign. Like, so yeah, it's probably meant for less of a new game plus and more of a trying to get the highest score you can. But I wonder because it would almost have to be new game plus because if you try and you fail, your score is lower. So you'd have to new game plus. Anyways, I don't know if you new game plus start with everything you had before and the 1,000 or just the 1,000 or what. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. But I'm sure the point is you're meant to go back to these beginning level things and play them with superior technology to score higher. I'm sure that's what the point is. Build a wood workshop, bro. Upgrade these houses. You don't have tons of real estate. Like, you just don't. And it's cool that you have these little alleys to build in. That's cool. So clear them out. Mm. Once again, my other walls continue to plink away. So it looks like this northeast alley I'm expanding into because I'm building Tesla towers, which is good because I'll be able to build there. They've got some ground for building farms, which is better than nothing. Better than having absolutely nothing. Walling it there? Why? Why? I don't know why I'm walling it there. I feel like I should take a bigger bite. That's what I should feel. That's what I feel like is I should take a bigger bite. But no. Maybe my philosophy at the current point in time was I'll take bites out of all four north, south, east, west. Maybe that was my current thought processes. This is a little weird going back and scrutinizing the gameplay. There's my wood workshop. Jeez. Turn those tents into houses, boy. Get some more stupid sawmills, man. I really am finding it fun just sitting here criticizing myself. I wonder when will be the day that I will recognize myself as the more veteran player that I am now. Like I got all these criticisms to myself. Come inside the wall, guys. That diamond box structure is what you want. Call dudes up. So when you build new walls that make old walls obsolete, I do empty out any guys hiding behind those towers. I usually leave the defensive towers. I usually leave everything there. So I leave the tower that the guys can go up in, and then if I build any like towers that automatically attack, I leave them just in case I have to use that as like a choke point or a break point, which actually does come in handy in a future episode where older walls, I'm not going to say save us. They do their job. I am going to say save us. They do their job because bad guys get in and they definitely start giant cascading problems, but we don't lose. They're not able to completely take over because we have superfluous secondary old first generation walls. Yeah, that's how I'm going to put it. We get a zombie attack in about 3 days. Hmm. Looks like I'm monkeying around building more soldiers. Don't know what I'm currently upgrading at the wood workshop. Yeah, we need to drop those farms. Get that food, yo. Got some zombies on the walls. It's okay, send the army up. You're taking care of business. It's good to know that walls can take care of business and not have to constantly be babysat. There are some situations in some of the later missions that just require constant supervision, and it gets to be time consuming. Like there's this one place where I just build like a tower that is outside the gates. It's outside the regular town, and it's next to steel, so an iron quarry, I think. And I just built a tower there and put 4 dudes in it, and it protects an entryway into my town, but it also protects that iron quarry. Because without it, that iron quarry is just constantly under attack and constantly being taken over. And I need the guns, and the iron is what gives me the guns. All right. I'll say, I have a stupid wood workshop, but I don't have any wooden cottages. I need the cottages, the little cots. I don't know what that means. Dude, if you just upgrade your tents into wooden cottages, you'll have the stuff that you need. You'll have the stuff. But I do. My wife has given me advice from the other room. Okay, we got 4 hours till a horde attack, and I don't know which way it's coming from. I think a lot of these attacks come from the south on this episode, so I'm looking at the south wall. It, it could be, they could land southwest. It looks like it's going to land southeast. That's just a guess. Because it takes time for it to reach us. We'll know here in a sec. Well, I think I already know because I threw all my soldiers at the south wall, so it looks like we already know. Because it could be southwest. This is like south proper. And if I do remember correctly, I would say most of the attacks come from south proper. Zoom in there, Wade. Zoom in there. Get in there all nice and deep like. That's better. Hit me again. Hit me again. Ooh, I'm getting like karaoke from the other room. Oh, so many gunshots. Yeah, we got this for sure. Not scared. So many gunshots. Might lose a wall section. Yep, there are two. I'll say nothing that can't be easily replaced. That's a lot of soldiers with a lot of guns. Everybody else seems to be doing okay. Man, we still got like 20 minutes in this video. Gonna replace those wall sections. Looks like it won't let me there because there's a tower there, which is dumb. But it is what it is. What are we doing next, bros? Turn those tents into wood cottages. It looks like I was throwing down more power, which is good. The windmills get better. There gets an advanced windmill, which I think gets them up to producing 60, which is pretty good. And you need them. So, like, during the wood age, as I call it, I would build, like, 2 two or three of those, maybe four, and then during the Stone Age, when everything we're building comes out of the stone workshop, then I'd build probably somewhere between two and four of those power plants, and the power plant gives you a lot. Power plant gives you like 100 something energy, gives you a lot. So then with a lightning spire, which is a wonder, lightning spire gives you plus 800 energy. At some point you spend the oil to advance the windmills into turbines. Um, which I think might double it. So 60 might become 120, something like that. But the point that I'm trying to make is the later missions require a really good amount of power and food, and the things you build in the early game can get upgraded into the late game. And that's kind of like an important process for playing each mission, is getting the research done for things ahead of time that you're going to need. Ugh. It's a really ugly wall situation there. Getting things ahead of time that you're going to need, and then upgrading things. So, there comes a certain point in the stone slash oil age where, yeah, there is an oil age, because instead of workshop, it's just called a foundry, and that's your oil building. So there is like start wood, stone, oil ages. I'm just going to move to that terminology. I wasn't using oil age before. Um, brain fart. But yeah, making sure you have all that stuff, because there's like a point where you can advance all your farms and turn your farms into advanced farms, and they double their output. Well, if you have a glass palace that gives you 800 food, that's a lot of food. But uh, 800 food plus like 4 to 6 advanced farms is a lot. Is a lot. Just like it gets to a point where your advanced quarries are like completely necessary for just being able to get enough iron to pay for all the advanced guns. Because all the more technologically advanced guns require more iron. And I guess the advanced quarry can become helpful when you're trying to build all stone walls, because eventually you need all stone walls. And then when you're trying to upgrade all of your wood cottages to stone houses, you do need a lot of gold. Or sorry, you do need a lot of stone. So advanced quarries become helpful then too. They will put zombies right up until the very edge of the map. So like you have to clear all the zombies off the map. They will put them right up until, they sometimes even hide zombies just off the map a little bit. Obviously they come running like the moment you come close enough or you're making enough noise, um, like my dogs are. And that is a valuable thing to know, is that sound can draw them. Because there's actually some later game missions where you want to use your scouts very carefully, almost surgically, to make some very specific attacks and then get out, so that you don't draw the bigger things that are inevitably lurking. Looks like I'm mostly just finishing up my clear of that path. Which is just requiring the soldier ball to inch forward, as the soldier ball does. Looks like I'm finally updating some houses. Yeah, it's this weird thing. Like, if you go right for an N the moment that you can, A, it's a lot of resources. But odds are you won't have a ton of uh, workers. Then when the N drops, you get 100 workers, which is a lot. And if when you have that 100 workers from the N, you build a bunch of houses, you'll like always have workers because you got a really good head start. I won't say always have workers, but you'll have an abundance of workers because you got that good head start with the plus 100 from the N. Um, Constantly building slash updating houses is important anyways, because late game you need the income. The income becomes a pretty big deal. Which can be offset by mining gold. Pretty important because by the time you get to the oil age, the foundry is like the oil workshop. So there's a wood workshop, a stone workshop, and the foundry. Those are the buildings that you buy your upgrades from. Um, Anyways, that's why you see oil on the map now, because you go back and replay it. Oh, and anyways, what I was talking about with uh, quarries. Eventually, you'll be able to build quarries over gold, and that becomes a super big, helpful resource. I do suggest corpse recycling, because corpse recycling will give you 1 gold for every zombie that you kill. That turns out to be a lot. Um, so I didn't take it until pretty late in the game. I think I actually took it on the last mission, before the last mission. Yeah, and I would say it's super helpful. Just from the vantage point of, when there's thousands of zombies on the board, and even more because they come out of the villages of doom, you know, having that constant source of income from killing zombies can be pretty important. I don't really remember waiting much on gold the last mission. Once again, that's like a 3 hour long episode. It's crazy, but I had corpse recycling for that. And yeah, I mean, when you get a kill, you get a gold. It really adds up. How did that go dark? How did that go dark? We need to fix that. Very interesting, but stupid. Ooh, some gold and some stuff just lying around on the ground. Yeah, definitely search your environment out so you can find all the stuff just lying around. So when soldiers become elite, they turn gold. I would assume archers turn gold in some way also when they become elite. I just don't know it. And I would assume snipers do so as well in some way. I just don't know it. It just makes sense. And obviously, you want the elites. Um, they fight better. They have more health. Elites are definitely better. Starting to get some more wood cottages. Clearing up those passageways. I am 3 days away from a zombie attack. It's at least 2 oil pools. I just don't have the time for another playthrough. I mean, there's so many other things that I want to play. I got Space Marine 2 that I've completed. You'll continue to see episodes from September into October. Oh yeah, getting some ballistae. Dogs are barking at the construction guys at the neighbor's house. So many zombies. Well, you know, they are billions. It's kind of in the name. 3 minutes to go. It looks like we experienced this zombie attack before the end of the video. Two hours, 1 hour. As the maps get bigger, it does take more and more time for their soldiers to return from the wilderness. So it looks like it's from the south again. Like I said, that matches up with the majority of our attacks being from the south this time around. Well, I'm going for a zoom in. Putting as many dudes as I can in those towers. Oh, most of my other soldiers are going to show up just in the nick of time. All right, here we go. Here they come in. Bet I got lots of dudes. Lots of dudes, lots of guns. That was probably 100 zombies or so. And they get through the first two, or sorry, the first layer of walls. But then it's just too much for them. Too much. Well, we survived that horde to the south. Looks like we got the north mostly explored and or cleared. Well, sorry, the northeast. Looks like I'm sending my soldiers back to the southwest. Upgrading some more houses in the meantime. Yeah, it looks like we are firmly in the wood age. Well, this video is just about finished up. I want to say thank you for joining us. This is the Narrow Pass, and thank you for watching these dubs to fix these videos.